Yes. I'm ready for this jump box.
Let's get it going.
Oh.
It is time
we haven't heard
to
that
get
in
it
a minute.
revved up,
Nice.
to get it started,
Getting started. I love
to
it.
make sure that you have something to get you going and get you moving where it is that you got to go. We are going to address a negative and reveal a positive in order to get something jumping inside of your world. Car guys and car gals, are you with me? I can't hear you if you said yes, but I really hope you did.
I think I heard him, dude. I heard it through. I think I heard it.
Let me hear you say yeah.
Yep. See, I heard it, man. It's
There
from
you
the,
go. That
it's
was-
from
that
the
was
future.
strong.
Guys,
Nice.
great job out there. I appreciate
Great job.
you. Way
Great
to
job.
get our
Great job.
backs.
Now put your head. No, okay. So, but seriously, and seriously silly.
Seriously,
Car guys,
silly.
car gals, we need to address a negative.
Please do.
When trying to create new beginnings, there's something that does come up, and it's something that we can master getting behind us, and that is the challenge of unforgiveness. The disease that is unforgiveness, the cancer that is unforgiveness, that can find its way, creep its way into your life, onto your shoulders, and onto your to-do list, and constantly be finding a way to either brush or embrace unforgiveness in your life. And we encourage you every time we start off this show to make sure that you are having a new beginning. It is a new approach to life every single time. We give you the forgive, focus, fly mantra that is
Use it, guys.
so at the heart of what it is that my heart wants to put forward for this entire world to take on, and that's understanding that if you can forgive, you then have the ability and the freedom to focus. And when you get focused on where it is that you want to go and you set your sights high, you then will have the ability and the freedom to fly. So that is a short version of the forgive, focus, fly, understanding, and the feelings and the thoughts behind it.
I mean, we talk about it, and you're going to keep talking about it, and I'm going to keep talking about it. And we start every show with it. We start every training session with it. You know, you live by it. I think most of us try to live by it and just don't realize what we're really doing. You know, when he breaks these things down for you guys, it's 3 simple things, and they all start with an F. And my name starts with an F, so they mean a lot to me too. You know, I love the triple F. When you forgive and you focus and you fly, there's so much more to it. You know, when you really, it's as simple as that, but it gets super deep. That's why Lou's he kept it simple for you guys, and you know, for him, that's tough.
That was brief.
That was very brief. You know, I was impressed by that. I'm not going to lie, but so that's why I'm trying to add on, because I think we could throw a little bit more time into this. But you know, it's so much more than that. Each step has its own little things, you know, but everybody's going to be different when it comes to your forgive, right? So some people are going to need to forgive something that they thought was horrible. Some people are just going to need to forgive that they did a great thing the day before, because I got to let that go. I mean, it doesn't matter what it is, you know, you have to go on and you have to move forward every single day and start fresh, you know, and it's great, you know, if your forgive is, you know, you making multi-millions, we talked about earlier the day before, and you don't know what else you need to do, you forgive, you move on. Because it doesn't matter. You're going to go to the next thing, and then you're going to go ahead and focus, right?
That's right.
So, and to focus, it's just building your plan, finding your why, writing down those things every single day. You know, we've talked about that before. I talk about writing down your daily plan, marking it off as you go so you can get those little wins. You know, and then once you get all that set up, it's time to fly. And fly, that's not just something that you do one day and it's over with. It's something that you have to do, and you have to have tons of commitment. I mean, you have to be always looking up and flying and keep moving, because if you quit flapping those wings, guess what happens when you're flying to the bird? They just fall and hit the ground. They hurt themselves.
Now, sometimes they can cruise. Once you get to a certain elevation,
well, you
you can open up your wings and allow the wind to carry you and help you to soar where it is that you're supposed to soar. Right. The concept of a bird flying is so forgive, focus, fly, because a bird takes its first leap, and maybe it started flying, and maybe it fell, and it has to find a way to forgive itself. And we often find ourselves inside of a situation where we could have done better. We know we either could have made more, we could have helped more, we could have said something different, we could have said more, we could have. We often run into those situations when we encounter the mourning of a past one or somebody that we love. We often go through this calculation of us trying to determine whether or not we did everything that we could possibly have done once there's a chance that we can possibly do no more. And that often becomes something that could be a chain that holds us still, stops us from being able to move forward, and keeps us from coming out of a moment inside of our life where it could be used to bring us great growth and appreciation going forward. And when we get to the point of saying, okay, well, I forgive myself for not getting it right. I forgive myself for saying what I shouldn't have said. I forgive myself for not saying what I should have said. See, many people calculate so many things as what they would consider be a sin, but I can help everybody understand what a sin is right now, but the biblical answer of what it is. It's a sin is knowing what good to do and not doing it. If you know what good to do and you do not do it, that's a sin, folks. That hurts. And so it's very important that if you know what to actually do that's good, do it. In a new beginning, in a new life, if you have the opportunity to forgive, forgive. Because it's going to distract you. And guess what you can't do when you're distracted, Fred? You can't transition to step number 2 inside of the triple F.
It's hard to focus.
You cannot focus.
Hard. I mean, when you're distracted, I mean, anybody, just like, you know, when you tickle someone's ear when they're trying to throw something, you know, it'll mess them up. When you do the old flinch thing at them, it messes people up, messes their whole concentration. You know, you ever try to do the, you know, when you're doing a staring contest, you know, you do that, you try to mess up the concentration, do this stuff.
Mess them up.
You get a little flinch stiff going. So it's right on the money, and I think that the forgive, focus, fly is a great mantra. I believe that when you break it down to those 3 things, once again, it's very simple to do those things. It's a 3-step process that anybody you don't even have to be a car guy. This has nothing to do with being a car guy. It's about
teach it to children.
It's about being a person. It's about moving on and understanding it doesn't matter what circumstances you come from. Doesn't matter how bad of a situation you were in yesterday or 2 minutes ago. It's about forgiving all those circumstances. Whether it was done to you or you did it to yourself, you just forgive those circumstances and understand that you can't change the past. The only thing you can do is focus on the future, plan your future, and then you go out there and you fly. But,
right.
But you know, you mentioned, you know, birds, they can go out there and they can just float, you know, like this. But that's the thing, Lou. It sounds simple, and it is simple. But when you're flying, you do have to flap those wings.
To get up to a level that you can coast,
right?
It's going to take effort.
Right.
It's going to take
you're going to coast, but even when you coast
effort.
for a while, eventually you have to start flapping again.
That's right.
So, and that's work, and there's nothing wrong with that work.
No.
That work is what makes the flight even better. It's what elevates you to where you can float. It's like you're saying. Mm-hmm. It's where it elevates you to where you can see the world from a different view, where you can see it from the from almost a godly view. Am I right?
Well, and so I'll lean into that a little bit more and understanding that the effort of, if we are talking of a bird, giving its all to pump and push up to the highest height that it can get to. And then finally, after fully exerting itself, fully getting itself elevated up into heavenly places, then looks down at what seems like such a small or vast size, depending on how your scope is on it.
Right.
But the world is so much bigger, and the problem that is staring you in the face way down there on the ground is so small, and the picture is way bigger, and you can see so much more when you get elevated into heavenly places, being seated in heavenly places.
Right.
You can transcend what it is that you have the ability to do. Even when making like if you have generals, you know that view of generals standing inside of a room and they have a giant model of the battlefield, and they're elevated up over it, looking down at this mass amount of area that they're trying to command and cover and play and work through. And some people have it on their cell phones or on their computers. They're playing a game where they're looking up from a map. They're looking high up, down upon it. Right. And it's the same. That's a bird's eye. A bird flies up there.
Bird's eye.
You get up high. The thing that way down low is a big distraction, or seems like a big boulder, is very small. And oftentimes, what it is the haters in the world. Thank you for joining us for this opportunity to have a conversation over some coffee and Brew Solutions.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us in this fresh up episode of Car Guy Coffee Podcast. Much love, much fun. I had a blast. How about you, Lou?
I had a great time. I'm really excited about how everybody is going to head out after going through this entire time with us and really trying to hit things that are deep and taking them to the next level in what is constantly the challenge in recreating and having new beginnings. Speaking of having new beginnings, put this inside of your cup and put this inside of your playlists. The Car Guy Coffee Podcast is now where, Fred?
We are on iHeart Radio Podcast. How about that?
The number one place, apparently, for podcasts.
It is.
Man,
they even have their own awards.
Words.
We are so excited. Watch out. We're going to be walking down that red carpet one day, I'm telling you.
I do like iHearting things, so I might
too.
as well iHeart Radio with Car Guy Coffee.
That's right.
So now that we're out there, that's a new beginning for us. Go make a new beginning happen inside of your world, inside of your sphere, inside of your office.
Make it fresh.
On your lot.
Make it fresh. Do it. I mean, I'm telling you.
At the desk.
You know it.
All of those things.
Come on.
Guys, I really am excited to get moving and get starting on the next episode that we'll be talking about actually birthing a brand.
Yes. And I think if you know what we mean by that, you want to hurry up and get that episode out soon. That'll be out a week from today or the Monday after you listen to this.
That's right. So get excited, car guys and car gals. Thank you so much for coming and joining us here on the Car Guy Coffee Podcast.
Gracias.
Take those sips
Kamsahamnida.
And get excited because you're going to take on the day. There's no challenge that is bigger than you. There is nothing that you can't accomplish.
The ultimate.
There is nothing more electric than
warrior.
a car guy and a car gal that's hopped up on Car Guy Coffee, excited to solve problems and help bring solutions to a nation. All you solutionaries that are ultimate warriors in what it is and where it is that you go.
There he goes.
Go. Be the ultimate ones that help, that brew solutions.
Yes. Oh,
That's what we're here to do.
That
I'm Lou
is.
Ramirez, the car guy.
now Fred Lenart's the subprime hero.
And this is the Car Guy Coffee Podcast. Let's brew.